My name is McLoughlin and I'm a trainee analyst at AHDB. In this video, I'll be discussing possible trends which may impact future red meat consumption. In the UK, red meat has lost share of occasions to white meat in the last 3 decades, according to the March 2024 DEFRA Food Family Survey. Globally, however, there is a different story. Red meat consumption is growing and further increases in demand are expected to 2033. According to the Agricultural Outlook, world growth in beef and sheep meat consumption is forecasted at 11 and 16% respectively. Most of this growth stems from developing regions as populations and incomes continue to rise. Beef and veal world consumption is set to grow by 1.1% per annum by 2033. While sheep meat volumes are predicted to have a slightly larger increase of 1.3%. In developed regions, total meat consumption begins to plateau. UK consumption is forecasted to only see marginal change. But why is this? The trends which impact meat consumption that I will be discussing are demographics, income, convenience, health, and meat-free. The global population is projected to reach 8.7 billion by 2033. For low-income countries, population growth will be the most influential factor for growth. In the UK, birth rates are expected to slow, but migration continues to drive population growth. The UK's ageing population affects future demand, as consumption habits vary by age. Older demographics typically consume more beef and lamb, whereas younger consumers, aged up to 28, lean towards poultry. These different habits tend to stick as consumers move through life stages. We could see a future where chicken is preferred to red meat, as the children of today become the food shoppers of the future. Consumers over 55 will remain a key group into 2033, but by that time a larger proportion of the population will be made up of younger shoppers, so we may see a shift in the demographic of the average red meat shopper. In the UK, we have seen consumer behaviour shift in the form of utilising cheaper cuts of red meat and switching to cheaper protein options due to economic uncertainty. Chicken is the cheapest protein and is regarded as versatile. For red meat, the cheapest cut will be mince for all 3 proteins. Lamb is the most expensive red meat option by far, as shown on the table. You can also see the volume reduction for red meat and the high increase for chicken. Inflation is likely to remain a factor over the next 5 years, though not as strong. In developing countries, economic changes are a more influential factor than in the UK, though population remains the most influential factor for red meat consumption. On a per capita level, rising income levels are expected to increase demand for higher value foods, including red meat. The desire for convenience has caused meals to become simpler, with fewer ingredients being used across all lunch and evening meal occasions, both now having less than 5 ingredients on average. The number of categories contributing to a meal over the last 5 years has seen a gradual decline, as this provides financial savings when cost is a key consideration. Consumers who prioritise convenience are not as cost conscious, as the more convenient options are not the cheapest. There have been increases in meal servings which are easy to prepare and clean up, involve less cooking or are quick to prepare. Consumers want to spend less time cooking as meal preparation times continue to reduce, following the trend seen over the last 5 years to an all-time low of 31 minutes for the evening meal. This trend implies that domestic marketing and the export market will become more necessary to ensure efficient utilisation of larger unprocessed cuts, supporting carcass balance and overall value. Consumers increasingly search for food to cater to a diverse range of health needs. The OECD/FAO predicts a small decrease in red meat consumption per capita in the EU, with health concerns being a driver for the reduction in beef. Consumer views around red meat, especially categories such as burgers and sausages, may limit long-term growth because of this focus on health. In the AHDB YouGov tracker, when asked which products they were planning on reducing. Of the 19% of people that said they were reducing meat, 50% of them said that this was for health reasons. The Kantar Purchase Panel found that the percentage of flexitarians, so people consuming less meat, is decreasing since 2021. The number of vegans and vegetarians has remained stable over the years. It is meat eaters that are consuming less meat as they are turning to alternative protein sources. So, to summarise, in the UK, red meat is losing out to the cheaper proteins due to factors such as high cost and health concerns. Older demographics typically consume more beef and lamb, whereas younger consumers, aged up to 28, lean towards poultry. These different habits tend to stick as consumers move through life stages. We could see a future where chicken is preferred to red meat. Reminding younger consumers of the benefits of consuming lean red meat would help to increase consumption. Also, advertising recipes that include red meat to encourage the consumer and promote good taste and versatility. Our report, Balancing Health and Sustainability, the Role of Red Meat in the UK, looks at how UK agriculture can contribute to improved nutrition, public health, environmental sustainability, and global food security. It contains published research on the role of red meat in a healthy, sustainable diet. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please email the Strategic Insight email on the screen.